All right, go on. Let's go.
Bro,
Let's
come
go.
on,
Let's
man.
go.
Like,
Lucid.
yeah.
Lucid. What's this?
I'm gonna turn it down then.
I don't know. I personally can tell you.
Watching it down anyway.
Bro, I can personally tell you I don't know nothing about the Lucid Trust. I've just heard you. I've just heard you make mention of it.
You're gonna like it, man. You're gonna like it. But like I said, this is an official part of the UN.
It's love and light thing, fam.
Now, look at the thing. Yeah, exactly. Look at the intro.
Love and light.
And look at the logo is a occult sigil. Not if but maybe, it is a sigil.
No buts, no maybe.
Right. Yeah. Over here. Okay, you don't know about Alice Bailey, right? Alice Bailey, ring a bell? All right, let's go.
No, go.
Alice Bailey don't ring any bells.
Alice Bailey is the creator of the American Sign Language.
Okay.
No?
Wow.
All right, here we go.
Wow, that's scary.
So sign language is American?
No, American sign language.
Yeah.
Oh, American version of it. Okay.
Yeah. Alice Bailey, 1880 to 1949. From her conservative British background, Alice Bailey's life led her in many directions, but always in one direction, towards the time when, through drastic personal experience of many kinds, she had acquired a synthesis of outlook and understanding, and an absolute conviction that one divine life pervades and animates the one humanity, that the plan for humanity requires the cooperation and service of trained and dedicated human beings, intelligently informed about world affairs, in collaboration with those who form the spiritual hierarchy. Now let's stop now. They're going to speak to you in double, triple talk, right? Mm-hmm. What they're saying right now is a madness happened to Alice Bailey and she realized someone runs shit. She's not talking about God, you know. Yeah?
Right.
Let me read it again and see if you can pick up on what. Remember, this is the Lucifer Trust, right? The Lucis Trust. So hear her now. Yeah? From her conservative British backgrounds, Alice Bailey's life led her in many directions, but always in one direction, towards the time when, through drastic personal experience of many kinds, she had acquired a synthesis of outlook and understanding, and in absolute conviction that one divine life pervades and animates the one humanity, that the plan for humanity requires the cooperation and service of trained and dedicated human beings, intelligently informed about world affairs. So this is politicians, social influencers, blah, 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 in collaboration with those who form the spiritual hierarchy, the inner government of the planet. Her life work became an integral part of this synthesis and realization, without in the least losing any of her very human qualities and involvement. Her soul took up its commitment to her master, and her personality provided full cooperation in the field of her accepted service. Now, being in mind that this is like the patron of the Lucis Trust, the Lucifer Trust, can we be in any doubt of who Alice Bailey's accepted master is?
Without the name Lucis or Lucifer, if that wasn't there, and I saw to her master with a capital M, I'm immediately thinking what we would call Lucifer or Satan or whatever. Immediately. Immediately, without that being the name. Because this Lord, same thing with Lord, Master, all these words capitalized. From my understanding, growing up, these were in the Bible, well, not Master so much, but Lord, suggesting God or Jesus or whatever.
Man saying the UN run on a doctrine.
But it's only from the time I came across, long time ago, but from the time I came across the information that Jesus and Lucifer were both the morning star, and that the word Lord still gets bandied around. And it's an important position to be.
A Lord. Yeah.
So it's obvious if Jesus and Lucifer are both the morning star and they're both Lord, and come on, what is master? You see it in other things as well, Taoism, whatnot.
Right,
Talk
we're here,
about the master.
We're right here, bro.
It's all Babylonian stuff.
Basically, her life work developed as duality, her discipleship service, which included the establishment of an esoteric school.
Right.
This is a witch, yeah?
Yeah.
That worked for Lucifer, right?
Mhm.
And in initially reluctant agreement to work with the Tibetan Jedionline in the writing of a series of books presenting the next phase in the continuity of the ageless wisdom teaching for the present and immediate future. So what we're having here, Mackie was just telling you, what we're having here, this is I've told them from the beginning, this is Eastern mysticism, entrenched in divi worship, in fog worship, in I'm sorry, brothers, this is no disrespect, Hinduism, no disrespect, Buddhism, Taoism, Tibetan wisdom, all the same shit. I tell you why. In Buddhism, what is the main aim? Enlightenment.
Enlightenment.
How do you reach enlightenment? Well, you ain't gonna do it if you don't pass through Brahma, the bull-headed god, and you have to salute the peacock demon too, right? So we know, like, that's Buddhism. Then we got yoga. We already know yoga positions, asana, emptying your body, yoking yourself to who? Remember, yoga is to what? To yoke yourself to who? Brahma. Yeah, again, the bull-headed god. Every society has a bull-headed god, whether it be Baal, whether it be Canunus. Do you know what I mean? Whether it
They
be
all need you to attach yourself to it, right?
Right, whether it be Pan, whatever, rare. So
everyone's got to see their power, man.
My opinion is, I think I differ a little bit with Snipes. This is like the many-faced God. I think me and Snipes only differ on who I include in that. Because I include Hathor. I include Ra.
Right.
Yeah? Because these people have horns too. Saturn. You get me?
Yeah. But ours is different. Yeah.
Ours is different. But I still think that these are all the same deities, the same energies.
But you can be correct in the saying that, but we discussed so many times talking about these Europeans being in Egypt for 3,000 years. So a lot of their secret schools contain Egyptian stuff, but not ours. Like in the way we do it or thing, we don't worship our ancestors. They're worshiping our ancestors.
Well, I'm going to beg to disagree with the fact that Africans don't worship their ancestors.
No, it wasn't a worship because it's a reverement. Each ancestor actually lived.
They're doing as much ceremony and as paying as much respect and homage as your average Muslim or Christian or Jew is to their thing. So if they're not worshiping, then no one's worshiping, in my opinion.
Sometimes you even channel
sacrifices, offering food, libations, all these things. That's more than you're doing when you go to church.
Yeah, but that's not Kemet though. You get me? That's what they say is Kemet, but that's not our thing.
I'm not going to pin it on Kemet.
Yeah.
But what I will say is these people go Kemet in it. Yeah. Alice Brady was influenced by Aleister Crowley and Madame Blavatsky, who drew heavily from what we would describe as Egyptian.
The Egyptian. That's the thing. Yeah.
But to be fair, I believe it is Commission. I believe the energies that we tapped into are available to be tapped into by anyone.
Of course.
We just have a certain propensity to be able to tap into that frequency, like we looked at yesterday with melanin and electromagnetic charges. So there could be something to do with the denser the melanin or whatever.
The way how they study
the difference. The way our thing is,
or the less excess equipment you need. You know,
sometimes you can draw where we coming from. You can draw on either advice from that particular person or draw that energy for that particular thing that you want to do. If you want to channel Innotech because you're building a fucking a clubhouse, do you get what I'm saying? That's what you did to get it in that sense. So you just say, Uncle Imhotep, please, you get me? Endow me with the knowledge that helped you build the step pyramid and build other constructions and or even medically, or even, do you get me? For different purposes. But that's your ancestors, so you have the right to do that. Do you get it? So when other people are doing it, I don't know what their modus operandum is. You get what I'm saying? But everything that you're explaining is like the opposite of what we were doing, but we could see how they saw it a particular way and
So
then
what
took it
this is now,
around with it.
this is what I'm trying to break down and explain is passing of the baton from Eastern mysticism, which is
Correct.
the eldest
Ancient.
form of
Yeah,
the
religion.
ancient form of this shit, into New Age, the New Age,
The New Age form, yeah.
Get me? So this ageless wisdom is the Babylon mystery schools, the secret, the esoteric, the summoning, invoking, the
Egypt,
working with. Do you know what I mean? So boom. So here. So what she's saying is, she wrote a series of books. Alice Bailey. I'm gonna get these books as well. Presenting the next phase in the continuity. Yeah, the next phase, passing of the baton.
Yep.
In the continuity, that means that it's been going in, and they're not looking. They're not looking to make no breaks or no stops. It's continuous.
And they're trying to bring it together.
Even if they change names, change locations, change whatever, change approach, change tact. It's the same shit. I'm just trying to make people see. This is what they believe. But people always think that I'm crazy. I'm almost now on the level of Maku, where people just like anything I say. They
don't believe me.
I'm dropping super knowledge for man. Super knowledge.
Give them the work, man. Give them the work.
For you lot, because you lot don't know it. But for us lot, it's kind of basic. Not to be pompous. It just is what it is, isn't it? Yeah? So when I say super knowledge, for you lot that know this shit, you're like, nah, this is basic. But I realize that we always got to cover the basics and go back. I'm going to bring you back to the shit that I was discovering 15 years ago.
Way time.
Get me? And see why I believe what I believe about certain things. Because they say this shit. Go and check out the lucistrust.org. Ain't no joke.
Listen, I don't disbelieve this stuff. What I'm saying, what I do disbelieve is the idea that these people aren't operating in the way they're operating because we are the fucking power. Them and whatever they're handling ain't no power to us, bro.
But that's what they're trying to suppress, though.
That's what.
So that's why in every demon movie, the demon's powerful. Because in real life, the demon ain't.
Power, but if people don't understand the nature of the threat, they're never going to access that power. And that's just hold on. That's just how we are. That's the level we're operating on. So we need to show them the big bad wolf to let them know why you need a brick house or why you are a brick house. Otherwise, they act like a straw house and they get blown over like a straw house because they don't have defenses up. They got their doors off the latch because they don't have a perceived security threat. So we gotta make them understand because an atheist that don't believe in nothing and don't rare thinks he's stronger than everyone, right? But to be honest, he's the most susceptible for this shit. So I just want to highlight the fact that this is what they say.
This is the controlled. This is the controlled alternative.
They spin it. So now we've looked at what they believe. Let's talk about what we think is real and what we don't. That's what I'm trying to do. But I want people to know that this is not a conspiracy site. This is a UN-sponsored site. I would just want to make them know that this is a reach out and touch situation I'm dealing with. So these people are talking about spiritual leaders and masters, and this is a UN-sponsored organization.
A particular master, capitalized, capital M. Right.
Towards the end of her life, Alice Bailey somewhat reluctantly agreed to attempt her own autobiography. What finally decided her to write about her life was a letter from a friend who, she says, felt deeply. I would really render a service if I could show people how I became what I am from what I was. It might be useful to know how a rabid Orthodox Christian worker could become a well-known occult teacher. Right, boom. Alice Bailey. Maybe I'll give you some titles. So the Tibetan Master, by the way, is depicted in Doctor Strange, the immortal one. Yeah, I forgot the name of the actress.
Yeah, the bar lady.
Yeah, the androgynous chick. You get me? Yeah, that's the Tibetan Master. Now, some speculate that the Tibetan Master is none other than, you get me?
But
the big
the
guy.
funny thing is, the top of the top of what they say is the yogi or the thing looks like a little being like Yoda.
Okay.
So the character of Yoda, I thought it was just out of the blue, you know, man made that up.
yeah.
Frank Lucas,
No.
Lucas. You get me? Frank Lucifer. Oh, oops. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
No.
Anyway. Yeah. Let's move on swiftly. You got to say it. So yeah, they say that though. So I see that all together. You know what I mean? The little patterns, because these men are going to be expert Kabbalists, especially if you're not a religious Jew and you're a Sephardic Jew. We're asking, what do the Sephardic Jews do if the Ashkenazi study the Torah and do the Kabbalah and the Talmud? You don't really know what the...
Check this.
Go.
The Gregor. She wrote 24 books with the Tibetan Master. Like, this is some deep shit. Yeah? She wrote a series of 24 books. It says here. 19 books of esoteric philosophy, and she wrote 5 additional titles independently. These 24 books are available, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. The first one, The Consciousness of the Atom. The second one, Destiny of the Nation. Check this first fucking line.
Destiny of the Nation. That's mad.
Check the first line.
What's the first line? I'm not by the screen.
A nation is an evolving spiritual entity.
Jeez.
Subject as a human being is to the impact of energies. These energies influence the national consciousness, encouraging recognition of soul destiny and cooperation with the evolving process. The spiritual destiny of many nations and their predisposing soul and personality influences are discussed in this book.
Mad thing.
Mad. Yeah.
Mad.
The next one, Discipleship in the New Age. Discipleship in the New Age 3. Education in the New Age. Externalization of the Hierarchy. That's the book that I've heard about. That's the one I want to get. That's like a big book.
That sounds like someone was talking to me about external light yesterday, blood.
Mad. Look, the book discusses.
That's what they were talking about, and it comes through the book.
Right, yeah. This book discusses the interdependence of all states of consciousness and the kingdoms in nature within the planet. It shows the interaction between humanity, the hierarchy, and Shambhala.
Jeez.
And sets out the essentials of plan and purpose, which influence.
Shambhala, sorry.
Say that again.
Sorry, what's Shambhala?
It's a place in the inner earth.
It's a physical and non-physical place. Like some say under the ocean, some say deep in the middle of the earth or whatever. Okay. This is what the Hitler and them lot were looking for when they went over to Tibet. And it's a
that pilot supposedly flew into by mistake.
Not necessarily.
No.
Not necessarily, but maybe still
along the same lines. Yeah,
along the same lines. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Some hidden sanctum. But like the thing about Shambhala is what I don't know what a lot of people understand. My understanding is it's another dimension. Yeah. Like Saturn, like I said, through certain things that I've experienced, this is how I've come to this conclusion, right? It's a dimension. It's actually a place as well, though. Like, we are in a dimension. It's also a place. It's not a place, is it? We're somewhere, right?
Yeah.
We're in a dimension. So when we think about dimensions, let's not think of it being somewhere that's not somewhere. It's just how you get there and where is in opposed to our reality. So I say Shambhala, there's a portal to Shambhala, but there's also a physical place, and that's somewhere on this earth. And they say that this is a place where ascended masters and learned people go and seek sanctuary and go and learn and chill. And it's headed by a guy called Sanat Kumara. Yeah? You can go and look up Sanat Kumara, who Sanat Kumara is, and they say he's yet again another ascended master. So I'm just proving that this is all linked and it's all one and the same thing with different names, blah, 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 blah. This is the UN, you know. Sanat Kumara. Obviously, rearrange the letters in the word Sanat. You know what you're dealing with, right?
How many people are watching this right now?
Probably about 90 something. Hit the like button, family tree. If you dare.
That's mad though. That's mad. You know why? Because Jed, if it's not a confirmed fact, you could never put it on there. Like you can never have it out as a book. Do you get it?
The books.
You get me? They're telling you already. Like, yeah, that's confirmed. Yeah, the hierarchy of Shambhala. Like,
Here we go again. I'm telling you, All of this is about ascended masters, bro. Yeah, check them now. From Bethlehem to Calvary, the life experiences of the Master Jesus, including the crucifixion, the great renunciation, is reflected in the life experience of all human beings.
Jeez.
Can now and consciously cooperate in the journey which leads from the place of spiritual birth to the place of renunciation and resurrection. So they're saying Jesus is another ascended master that basically beat death, beat the physical, completed the level and became more than, you get me, or returned to be more than where we're at. And he's here to guide us, and you can tap into Jesus too. Yeah, what they're saying. Jesus is there with Buddha, with Maitreya, with fucking all sorts of people. I think they've even put Mother Teresa in there now. And said she's one of them now. Get me?
So now, when we talk about
get messages and instructions directly from these motherfuckers.
When they say when you see, like with the idea of Christ or Jesus or whoever they think it is, do you get what I'm saying? The real story from our point of view is that Christ was a person who went into the orders, these different orders, the order of Essenes. Do you get what I'm saying? Some say, the Europeans say, even he was a Knights Templar. Do you get it? So there's nothing to say that that wasn't possible, because it would make sense. You have to know all the knowledge of the time and enter in all the schools. How can you be the high priest of the order of Melchizedek and it's not masonry, it's not secret schools and order?
It is just like you said that, yeah. This is why I was cracking up. You're talking about what you're talking about. Look at this one. The next book is Initiation, Human and Solar. And initiation is an expansion of consciousness, leading to revelation and illumination. Initiation is experienced by all forms of life, great and small. The work of the planetary hierarchy
with a capital H.
Fuck's sake. In its many stages of mastership is outlined in the book. And the 14 rules are given by which the neophyte, which is an inductee, a neophyte,
baby, fucking thing,
baby, a baby inductee, right? May become an applicant. May become an applicant at the portal of initiation. Bro, they're not playing with you, bro. This is some serious shit. Anyway, letters on occult meditation. Just so I want to show you that about meditation. These people think I'm chatting shit. Alistair Crowley wrote a book on meditation. That's the next book I'm gonna fucking buy. A book on yoga. Why did Alistair Crowley have such a focus on yoga?
Sure, because he knew what it was, man. He knew the secrets. He knew what the secrets were. You're not even in the human form when you're doing yoga. You're in the form of some other beings that existed. So you're gonna transmit that energy when you're bending up your body, twisting up your thing. What human you see like
I remember one day I went on Instagram. My sister was mad into yoga, and this chick is doing this position called the Fallen Angel.
Wow!
Right.
See, I told you.
Are you even seeing what you know? She's fully upside down. Right? I'm like, are you seeing what you're doing? What Shiva created this, yeah?
No, Shiva was one of the fallen angels. This is what I've been saying from time. Like, like get the stories. The stories have to connect.
On that, I'm definitely on the same page.
Yeah, you know where the stories have to connect in history of all the thing. The Hindu stuff has to connect to Sumerian, has to connect to Kemet, has to connect to the Mexicans, and you get it. They're all connected because they're all basically telling aspects of the same story at different points.
Check this. Quickly, I'm just going to run through this. Letters on the occult. The science of meditation as a mind training technique is increasingly practiced everywhere. Thanks to them. Meditation is concerned with energy flow, energy which is impersonal and fiery in nature. Its potential dangers should therefore be understood and avoided. Right? They're telling you there's dangers in meditation.
Of course there is.
And practices adopted are safe and trustworthy. The book sets out the basic factors, general and specific, showing the overall objective of the science of meditation to be planetary service. So hear what they're saying. They're saying in this book it outlines the reason why you should be meditating is to be in service of the planet And guess who is in charge of service of the planet? The hierarchy. And guess who the hierarchy are? So they're saying you meditate in order to be of service. You're signing up, you're enlisting. Remember the one before it was about initiation. Now they're getting into meditation, and planetary service. Listen to what they say. I told you they're talking triple speak. The next one is what? The light of the soul. Remember, this is the Lucis Trust, the light bearer, right? This volume is an original paraphrase with commentary of the Yoga Sutras of Angeli. The Yoga Sutras are of ancient origin, first reduced to written by Patanjali, who is considered the founder of the Raja Yoga school. Control of the mind and its illumination by the soul are brought about through the practice of Raja Yoga. Control of the mind. Whose control of the mind? Problems of humanity. I don't want to get into this anyway. The reappearance of Christ. So they look, words like avatar, the coming of an avatar or savior, and Christ. Yeah. Many religions today expect the coming of an avatar or savior. The second coming of the Christ as the world teacher for the age of Aquarius. What age have we just got into?
Aquarius.
Right. Yeah. I read this site at least 15 years ago. So I'll tell you that it's all the same. They've just updated it with like new graphics. They ain't putting new info in there. It's presented in this book as an imminent event. Yeah. Logical and practical in the continuity of divine revelation throughout the ages. The Christ belongs to all mankind. He can be known and understood as the same great identity in all the world's religions. Many face God. They're telling you Jesus is coming, and he's the same dude that's in all these religions.
Right.
Many face God. Remember, they tell these are the same people that are meditating, doing occult workings and that, and they're trying to align it with
many face God, or the gods have many names.
Well, we see in it. I'm saying there's some main stars here.
Or the masters, sorry, the ascended masters have many names. They come in many forms. They come as avatars. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they call avatars.
Yeah, straight. Devis, avatars. You get me? It's all the same thing.
And this year, what film's coming out? Avatar 2. Yeah. Soul and its mechanism. The soul works through the mechanism of faithful, man. Telepathy and etheric vehicle. This is now, telepathy is obviously whatever, communicating with your mind. The etheric vehicle is either going to be your Merkaba, the spiritual vehicle that you
the spiritual
create,
you.
Right? No, your Merkaba is not even you. Your Merkaba is the vehicle that you travels in.
Your energy.
So you are... that would be like your whatever, your astral self or whatever.
When I said turn yourself inside out into pure energy, like you have to practice and learn a lot to get to that stage.
I don't even know. I think it's very easy.
This is only in the realms of 360 degrees of physical knowledge. Do you get it? So no matter what they're talking about, it's all within the realms of the physical or the yin.
I don't know, because these men are getting their information from the beings. These are tapped in. These lot run our world. Let's not do no. This is what I'm trying to why I keep trying to say UN, because I don't want people to think that this is some back. Like some pseudo. Yeah,
no. This is what they believe, fam.
The people that run our shit believe this shit. Remember, this is the MPO, yeah, and then the only religious appendage to the UN, the only official religious MPO that is attached to the UN is the Baha'i.
Oh shit!
Right, and
mumbo jumbo faith.
They're calling the Baha'i faith. They're calling for one currency, one religion. One leader, bro. Come on, man. Like you get I didn't even, bro. It's deep. But anyway, telepathy, astral projection, and all this shit come out your body. This is what they're trying to push. This is the shit they do. All right, I want to get away from this though. Let me get away from this. This is not what I came to show you. I want to show you the Lucis Trust, what they say about what they're on, what they're here for.
And this is the owner. This is the boss. Let's get it right. The founder. This is what the founder was doing, right?
And you're going to drop the link in the chat because I want you lot to go to this.
So,
to this site. Why is it not clicking?
What percentage do you reckon will actually do the work?
Not many, but like I'm still gonna encourage.
Hope.
I know someone will.
Hope.
Do you know what I mean?
Let's
I know
hope.
someone will.
Yeah.
So
you know, council's on it.
Lucius.
Council's on
Shout
track.
out. Okay, let's do this. Right. The activities of the Lucis Trust promote the education on the human mind towards recognition and practice of the spiritual principles and values upon which a stable and interdependent world society may be based. What's an interdependent world society? Is that not one world?
Yeah.
Right.
And depend on themselves. They depend on themselves, not the government.
The activities of the Lucis Trust include the worldwide financial support of the Arcane School. The Arcane School in England is in Waterloo, right?
Yeah.
Or Waterloo or Vauxhall, next to the UN building. Yeah, we've got a United Nations building down there. It's next door to it. Yeah, the Arcane School. No, I'm lying. Yeah, no, I'm right. Actually, I'm right. Yeah, World Goodwill Triangles. It has the Arcane Library has got the largest collection of occult books in Great Britain. And I tried to go down there, and you need an appointment. You need to register and make an appointment. I obviously did not want to leave my details with these, even though I know I could, and I know they probably let me in. To be fair, so but I just got a bit bammy and never went. Never went. But you can see this dude called 774 Runner. He went there. He got an invite there, which automatically put him on my dodgy list anyway. You know the guy, 774 Runner, huh?
Same man, right there.
The black dude, like the black kind of American dude. You not seen him before anyway.
Okay.
Triangle. Activities offered to the public without charge. The Arcane School. No, this is not what I want. When they talk about. Okay, here we go. Lucis Trust maintains lending libraries of esoteric and occult books covering a wide variety of classifications. The libraries are maintained by voluntary donations only. Books may be borrowed by mail. The Lucis Publishing Company. The Lucis Publishing Company of New York and the Lucis Press Limited of London, England, published the books written by Alice A. Bailey. The books have a wide distribution in the English. No. This is not what I want. Where's the history, man? Why are they trying it? Where are they trying it, man? Hold on. But there's so much good stuff to read. Have you heard about the term world goodwill?
It sounds like
everything sounds like. Why does everything sound like New World Order?
Right. or the University of Understanding.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Right.
Individual truth.
Yeah.
All these key words they use, you know.
Cooperation with the United Nations and its specialized agencies. Yeah. That's what they do. It's what their action is. Where is the bit? Lucis Productions, radio and video programs based on principles of the ageless wisdom, including a radio series, Inner Sight, featuring discussions on spiritual principles, working out in human awareness. Also available is a video series, 12 Spiritual Festivals, which is ideal for monthly meditation groups.
So Jedi, when I brought the idea that I knew someone whose dad, whose friend was the son of Kofi Annan, that one, both of them were chipped. Two, just like the politicians in Nigeria, they had to go to India and study for 3 or 4 years for psychic self-defense and all of these other stuffs. You get me? Right. Now it all makes sense. Do you get it? It's part of the lucid. You get me? Like I said, raw. Because I'm saying what's happening in the UN or thing that you need a form of defense mechanism or self-defense or self-awareness.
They're in the United Nations Economic and Social Council. Lucis Trust, their main address is 866 United Nations Plaza, Suite 482, New York, blah, 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 blah. The other one was the Whitehall Court, London, SW1A to EF. Right? But this is still not what I wanted to show you. I want to show you the shit when they talk about Lucifer. That's the shit I want you to see.
Yeah. You don't get a name like that for no reason. Where's the rest of it?
History. Yeah. Because they go into it. All right, here we go. I think this is... Okay. The Lucis Trust was established by Alistair and Foster Bailey as a vehicle to foster recognition of the universal spiritual principles at the heart of all work to build right relations. The trust was incorporated in the state of New Jersey in 1951. Lucis Trust was established as a legal entity in Switzerland with an office in Geneva. A publishing company initially named Lucifer Publishing Company was established by Alice and Foster Bailey in the state of New Jersey in May 1922 to publish the book Initiation Human and Solar. The ancient myth of Lucifer refers to the angel who brought light to the world, and it is assumed that the name was applied to the publishing company in honor of a journal which had been edited for a number of years by Theosophical founder, who? H.P. Blavatsky.
Oh, right? Fuck's sake.
Just in case people think I'm chatting shit.
She's done at it. She's done at it.
Right.
Everyone's done at it.
Yeah, Madame Blavatsky. And we can do a whole series on what she
Madame Blavatsky. Yeah, that's another story.
Take you right back to anyway.
Everything. Yeah.
And everything, all of it. It soon became clear to the Baileys that some Christian groups have traditionally mistakenly identified Lucifer with Satan. It soon became clear to some Christian groups, it soon became clear to the Baileys that some Christian groups have traditionally mistakenly identified Lucifer with Satan.
Brad, DC Brad.
Yeah? And for this reason, the company's name was changed in 1924 to Lucis Publishing Company. Wow. So they're not saying it ain't based on Lucifer. They're saying, because you lot think Lucifer Satan. Remember when I told you, ask the man directly, will I be working for Satan? And the man laughed in my face. That was nearly it. I nearly signed.
Why did you ask?
And a voice said, ask about Lucifer. I have no idea why. And I said, what about Lucifer? And the answer was, well, the thing about Lucifer, he's not who you think he is.
Yeah, he's misappropriated. All right, all right, cool.
For that reason, I won't be.
Why did you ask that question?
I won't be investing. Why? The inner Jeds, you know, the metaphysical Jeds spoke to Jeds.
Sorry.
So,
no, go on.
No, I was saying, why did you ask the person, will I be working for Satan?
Because it was an interview, it was a recruitment drive.
Oh, okay. For
join the family, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
You hit him with the Ace Boone Coon question, boy. Like, yo, talk to me, man.
I'm not gonna get into it again today, but it
makes sense because he's laughing at Satan because
laughing. But guess what? That's how clever you are, because you're laughing at Satan, knowing that technically it is, but you can technically lie and say, nah, we don't believe in Satan, because you don't believe in Satan.
Yeah, you don't.
It's a construct. You got better names.
Yeah.
You get the man to channel
You're on a different level. Man, he's on a different level.
What are they saying as different?
Entities we'd say were Aztec, entities we'd say were Norse, entities we'd say were African.
Yep.
Ezu was, bro, I could go deep into that. Ezu, who they tried to push in my direction to be like some kind of spiritual handler.
Oh, issue. Yeah. That's right. That's our equivalent of what they're calling. Right. Yeah, but he's an Orisha, but he's like the mischievous. He's more like Loki.
And who else is Loki like, bro? I know this shit. Bro.
Come on.
Who else is Loki like? I know who it is. You hear me?
Yeah, mischief maker.
Even the imp, the pan.
Ain't Satan the mischief maker? He's the mischief maker.
Right.
Isn't it? Like, yeah.
And
Want to whisper in your ear.
Right.
You get me?
Imp like we know what I'm man.
Yeah.
Get me? This is Prometheus business they're dealing with. This
but you know when you said earlier with one plait in the head, that is how it's swear down issue is depicted with he's got one plait in the middle of his head coming down the side order. It's mad.
So I just want to let you know
Shut
that
up,
Alex Bailey, they became convinced of the existence of Lucifer. Try know. This is what it's about. They don't want to rinse the name, and the reason why they don't want to rinse the name is because they know what your knee-jerk reaction is going to be, and they're masters of psychology.
That's why they say
masters of psychology and spellbinding. They have to tell you the truth, so they give you the truth here. If that's why I say it's double and triple speak.
Yeah.
If you're dumb, you'll read this and go like, yeah, they don't believe in that. Nah, man, it's just principles and blah, 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 like
they're just trying to find the right this and the right that.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah, they misunderstood. Satan is misunderstood because evil is good.
Right.
Evil
is
good.
And anyone who doesn't want to accept that is a bigot.
Yeah. Remember that film?
A bigot to the race.
Was it a vampire?
You see that coming then, yeah?
No,
you're funny.
You know that film, Vampire in Brooklyn?
I jump on. That was S firing shots at you.
No, I didn't. Do you know what? I weren't firing shots at Jupiter. I got one shot for Jupiter. No, Jupiter's a racist, bro. Like racist. Oh my days. There's my one shot.
I jump on sis.
Yeah.
Don't jump on Jupiter. I don't talk to racists.
Oh
no, she got secret weapon. She got secret weapon.
I know. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
you
cool.
just come on. Hello, who are you?
Yeah, I know.
I'm talking to my wife.
Yeah, I know.
You're talking to my wife. She's not a racist.
She's a racist, bro.
Yeah, man. She's not a racist. My wife cannot be a
I can see
racist.
that the community loves her, but that does not make her not a racist.
You'd be like, you moron. You're being moronic.
For me, I would say that more than a racist or other than a racist, I would say that she, whether she knows it or not, I put it to her that she can stand in the way of racism by refusing to acknowledge it. That's what I would say. I'd rather put it like that. Whether she's a racist or not, only she knows, isn't it? She got prejudice, she got bias, she admits that. We all do. You know what I mean? Whether she's a racist or not, I don't know. But what I would say is, what I would say is that some of her stances, especially the fact that she is in a interracial relationship and has mixed race children or mixed heritage children, some of her stances could be seen to be in the way of the fight against racism or racism.
Some of the stances appeared as though she was unable to see harm when it's being done to black people.
Unable, blind to it.
Unable to see harm. Like she would see harm being done to a dog before she could see. Right. And I'm not dissing the woman. If you can jump on, we can have a conversation. It's not no diss up business. But this is what I observed. I was like, wow, this is one of the conversations I missed. Oh my days. Like I almost jumped onto the replay, fam. That's how bad it was. Like,
record.
Jumped onto the replay. Like,
I was going to reveal. I want the sister to jump on because I'm sure it'll come up in some point in the conversation.
Yeah, because I'll say racist.
I'm going to giggle at some part of it because I want to. I know she's not ready for, but like let's see. I know she won't pick up on it either. Yo, Dupes, if you're free, jump on, man. I guarantee I can vouch for S. He's a polite young man and. Got way more manners than most people on YouTube. He's not like us. He's not like me. He's like me, but he won't be like me. Like over YouTube, he'll just jump off if it's really bad.
I won't even jump off. I'll just be like, bro, she's racist.
I see it differently. I don't follow the narrative. This is causing us to end with segregation. Jump on, Dupes, man.
Jump on, Jupiter.
I told Jupiter, she's not racist. She's a rebel.
She's racist, bro. You lot stop sugarcoating.
She's a rebel, man. She's a rebel. Everything she's saying, she doesn't. She's not living out. That's
definitely rebellious. But
okay, all right. I said everything she's saying, she's not living out.
No, she's not living it out. She's doing the opposite.
If you're saying, look,
she's doing the opposite.
If you're saying to me, look,
Go ahead.
38 in 1,000 black people got searched and 4 in 1,000 white people got searched, and she's saying, yeah, well, you got to look into it. Like, what did they do? Like, what did these black people do? Like, I'm not being funny, but you lot getting a lot of trouble.
I think some people don't do stats. Some people don't do stats that well.
Certain people could not have that conversation, but they'd be like, oh, what did she just say? Because I'm sitting in my house like, oh, she just said.
Dude. But like,
victims are to blame.
I don't mind people throwing around a label or using a label, is however it suits you. But like, what I've learned is, okay, I don't want to have a battle on whether you're racist.
No, of course not.
No. I'm not saying you do either. What I'm saying is, when I'm talking to people and I get to this point, I don't want to tell you you're racist. But what you're going to tell me is, I don't know your mind. I don't know your rare. But what I want is pinpoint everything around it. So I'm going to do a whole outline, and from a bird's eye view, it can only look like one or two things. So either you look at yourself and I've made this outline around your point, or you show the crowd or the audience or yourself that you're willfully ignorant, then you're condemned, isn't it? So it's either one or two. So my thing with Jupiter is, I like to highlight, like I said, bringing up stats, bringing logic, and hearing her buck against it, knowing that she's creating her own, like, you're giving yourself left room to say that you're ignorant now, innit? And that's what I'm doing. I'm chipping away at that. Most people don't have the time for that, innit? Because who's Jupiter? But I chat to her on a regular on here, so I can now do that. Like, well, do you know what? But have you thought of this? So what about this? How do you explain this? And then we build up a portfolio of willful ignorance. Then you can write whatever you want on the front of that folder. Get me? But until then, you're like, I ain't racist. I got a black husband. I'm not racist. Nah, because I don't see things your way. And then when her black husband jumps on and agrees with her,
yeah, he's racist too, though, bro. Come on.
No. I told you, some people don't do stats, man.
I don't know, man.
They don't understand percentages and stuff.
Bro, racist is racist, bro.
Yeah, I saw
he's not
brothers
seeing the
breaking
same
it down.
harm she's not seeing, bro. He's not seeing the same harm she's not seeing. He's in the background saying, tell them, babe. Like,
yeah, you know, as I said, you know, like, people are in their
when
bubble.
he's saying, what did these black boys do? He's like, exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. Tell them, babe.
Can you live in a bubble? Can you? Some people can live in a bubble, and I think that might be the case.
Cool.
You know what I mean,
Racist bubble. Like, I'm down to talk to these people, bro. You know, I'm not. I don't care. If someone's racist, we could sit down and have a conversation and drink a beer together if they're comfortable with it, because racism's their weakness. Now, I'm not saying Jupiter's racist like that. What I'm saying is her actions show.
No,
what
no
did
actions. No actions.
Oh, her words, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, you can call it actions as well. It's a stance, isn't it? So a stance is an action, shows that there is a lack of compassion for black people. And it's the same lack of compassion that sees black people getting beaten and no one sees harm being done. People just
check this. I hear that, yeah.
Same thing, bro. Yeah, go on.
I agree with you, S. Baby steps, what I would say is, like, maybe I've just become too philosophical, but I would say that having a lack of compassion for a certain group does not, in my opinion, make you racist. For me, I'm not saying you're racist. I'm saying you got a lack of compassion.
All right, maybe racist is the wrong term, because what is racist?
She might only have passion for her own.
Because people are so scared of that term, and because it's bandied around, its value has dropped. We got to admit that. I see, and in a conversation like this, I don't need to call you a racist. Get me? But willful ignorance and incompassion, lacking empathy, unempathetic, and all of these things there, I think they're more damning assertions about your character and your mindset than just a blanket word like racism. Like, it's like, if I say that you don't care about black people struggling unless they're your family, that like, you don't have to be. You don't have to be racist to feel like that. Because if I'm honest,
you would expect that.
It takes training to have compassion and empathy for each and every person that you meet, because I understand the vastness of society. So if I'm real with you, is it easier for me to walk past, I don't know, a white beggar than a black beggar? Maybe even my prejudice would mean I would rather give to a white beggar than a black beggar. but we all got these things that we've built up where we respond differently to different people. And because we can see that, just doesn't mean that other person is racist per se. I feel like I'm caping though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know.
I understand what you're saying. I understand.
I guess racism is like the systematic oppression, right, of a group of people because of their race by another race or collection of races, right? Kind of, ish, loosely.
And even taking advantage of that situation is considered racism. Yeah.
So right, and also okay. So maybe see the idea. Okay, her message said, "What, she's not following a narrative that's leading us to segregation." Fair enough, right? But the narrative that she's spouting is
also creates segregation.
It's supporting the system of segregation that we are continuing to live in and have lived in.
It supports the system of ignorance.
We can just invert what she said and throw it back, because she's saying that certain ideologies encourage segregation. But I'm saying, from conversations with you, your narrative would encourage segregation. Because how am I going to be all pally with my white neighbor with black man who don't understand that stop and search is out of order and disproportionate and a racist policy? Like you know, so I'm going to say, in fact, you might be doing a very, very bad advert for interracial relationships, because frankly, it's shocking when it comes to certain things. All love and respect, but as
shocking is the right word.
Household is a black man, like. Fucking hell, man.
You remember being a black child, bro?
Sure.
You remember being a black child, right?
I gave them examples, and they were like, "Oh well, you was 11."
You need to explain their behavior when you were a black child, when I was a black child.
Her thing was, but were people basically doing robberies in the area? Do you know what I mean?
Fuck about that.
But did you fit the description though? That's her kind of argument.
Yeah, exactly. This is what the shocking stuff I was hearing.
Fit the description now.
Did you fit the description? And then the thing about the white murders, and but when white people do murders, it's like one clear murderer, and the police have a clear description of who they're looking for.
We already proved that they're the serial killers out here.
You know what? She's the type of chick, she's the type of chick that come up with a thing like, "Well, if you've done nothing wrong."
But if they just got some proper representation, but because they got a chip on their shoulder, literally verbatim, they don't seek proper representation. I've never heard such bullshit in my life. Straight up, that was what was said.
I reckon she's gonna come on in an hour. So
that's what she said. An
hour, innit? We'll see. Like,
that's what she said.
She reckons she's gonna try to jump on in an hour. You know, she's not scared of us either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm scared now that she said that. She must be about it. But yeah, no, that shit was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Literally, she said, "What was it? If they didn't have a chip on their shoulder, they would follow this advice." Bro, do you know how many people have been put in prison, arrested for nothing, and put in prison for years because they're black? Do you know how many people I know that's happened to? You know how many people in my family have sat in jail because of the color of their skin? No other reason. This shit's real, bro. So no chip on the shoulder, not getting representation business. That is crazy. Are you lot still there? I can't hear shit.
Yeah, man, I'm here, man. Man. I just, bro, personally, I'm just offended when people try to use terms like that to describe me, you know? Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, you're a chip on the shoulder, like,
yeah,
the fuck, man. You think man's got time?
Yeah, but that was literally black people as a general blanket thing have the 38 that got stopped and searched are the chip on they have a chip on their shoulder. That's why they never seek proper.
See to them. every black man's got a chip on their fucking shoulder, and it's like,
Yeah.
man, it's just like, it's annoying, bro. Like, you get me?
Seek
Like,
proper representation. That completely just discounts the fact that your legal representation is sitting outside with your opponent, cracking jokes, talking about what they're going to do later on, and making a deal about how they're going to fuck you to make their workday short. And then your legal representation comes back to you with the deal, talking about, what do you think about this dick? And you're supposed to say yes. Do you know what I mean? I got a big dick here for you. You want this dick right here? You can bend over and take this dick. What do you think? No, bro, it's fight my case. Oh, for fuck's sake. All right. Go back to say, yeah, you don't want that dick. Like, let's design another dick.
why
you not laughing?
Until he says, yeah, this one's suitable.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Whoa. Did I tell you stop stamping on that like that? Stop doing that. Yeah, exactly. It's literally like that. Your legal representation just bringing you back different dicks until you say to him, bro, if you come back in there with another dick, you know what I mean? Fight this motherfucker. Stop acting like a little bitch.
I read this now. Read this. All right, here we go. This was the juicy bit that I wanted. Yeah, so I found it. Yeah, the esoteric meaning of Lucifer by the LucisTrust.org. A part of the UN recognized, offices by Trafalgar Square, Whitechapel Hall, yeah, which is apparently some mad looking building, you know, Arcane Library in Waterloo somewhere. I think it's Britain's largest collection of esoteric books and whatnot. Yeah, they are comments on the World Wide Web claiming that the Lucis Trust was once called the Lucifer Trust. Such was never the case. However, for a brief period of 2 or 3 years in the early 1920s, when Alice and Foster Bailey were beginning to publish the books published under her name, they named their fledgling publishing company Lucifer Publishing Company. By 1925, the name was changed to Lucis Publishing Company and has remained so ever since. Both Lucifer and Lucis come from the same word root. Don't lie. Lucis being Latin generative case meaning of light. The Bailey's reasons for choosing the original name are not known to us.
Wow.
Yeah, hear this now. Hear this. But we can only surmise that they, like the great teacher H.P. Blavatsky, for whom they had enormous respect, sought to elicit a deeper understanding of the sacrifice made by Lucifer. Like I don't know if they could spell it out anymore, because everyone's gonna tell me this is mythology and this shit ain't real. Fair dues. We can all not believe in it together. However, the motherfuckers that are in charge of your shit and my shit, yeah, on a social whatever kind of basis, this hierarchy, they believe in this shit. They believe in this shit. And the UN don't mind aligning themselves with these guys. It's not a problem. It's no issue. Lucifer, yeah, and it's in plain sight. It's there. And Alice Bailey is a very famous lady. I got it wrong. She is not she's not the originator of the sign language. That was another occult lady that was blind and mute. And she created the sign language. And check out American Sign Language for I love you. Yeah? But she was an occultist. Check out what the American sign is for I love you. And holler back at me on that one if you want to just like have something to look at. Boom. Alistair Bailey is Planned Parenthood. Is she not? Have I got that wrong?
I don't know. But I know what Planned Parenthood is.
Sure, Alice Bailey was involved in eugenics and Planned Parenthood. If I've got that wrong, please let me know. Right? Okay, let me get back to this reading. Case meaning of light. The Bailey's reasons for choosing the original name are not known to us, but we can only surmise that they, like the great teacher H.P. Blavatsky, for whom they had enormous respect, sought to elicit a deeper understanding of the sacrifice made by Lucifer. Alice and Foster Bailey were serious students and teachers of theosophy, a spiritual tradition which views Lucifer as one of the solar angels. These advanced beings who Theosophy says descended, thus the fall, from Venus to our planet eons ago, to bring the principle of mind to what was then animal man, the forbidden fruit, right? The principle of mind. Prometheus, the light from Olympus, the flame from Olympus, right? Remember, it's up until the other day, we still practicing Olympics, a full ritual in plain sight, running the public gymnasium, you get me? Running the torch through all the major cities, yeah, running it round. The same torch that the Statue of Liberty has. The torch signifies the forbidden knowledge given to us by the light bearer. The light bearer is Lucifer in this mythology. I'm not saying that any of this exists. You could tell me that's all Christianized. Great, cool, whatever. Even if we took the Christian context out of it, we'd still have Prometheus. Even if we took that context out of it, we'd still, like, it goes on and on and on. The
still have the Great Master that they believe fell to the earth, and who they're running around behind.
Right, and who's running things?
Their confirmation that they believe in some kind of other entity.
And like Maku said, yeah, they believe the entity. This is why I wanted to read it, because it's all relevant. But we got onto the Astar Command, we got onto the Galactic Federation. Now they're telling you that these Donnies, or this Donnie, these angels, came to Earth from Venus. Women are from Venus, men are from Mars. Interesting. Right? That bollocks, yeah. They came to us from Venus. So Amaku had said that. And they brought the principle of mind. So this triple speak is mad. The principle of mind. I don't know what that is. I'd surmise consciousness.
About, but I don't believe that. This is what they believe.
That. Yeah. But maybe there is an element to the fact that maybe it's deeper than just the principle of mind, or maybe it's how to use your mind in a specific way, which I could believe. Because looking at it, I can see that man is taking certain diversions, astronomical diversions from a certain route or certain pattern that would make me feel like, outside influence is definitely possible. Like when we switched from eating what we needed to agriculture and sharpening, you get me, and doing certain things, and which they say, which is listed in things like the Book of Enoch, which is very interesting. Like these are all new texts and that, but the things that are included in what the so-called fallen ones, or like Azazel, came down and taught mankind is quite interesting, because what it highlights is, whoever taught this information, it highlights a technological boom, which even the evolutionists tried to allude to by, 1 minute we were crawling, and then all of a sudden we don't know the missing link, and then we were fashioning primitive tools.
They weren't around when them ones talk about we. They weren't around till about 4,000 years ago.
Mad.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I mean, like for me, are we talking about? What are we saying? Europeans, white people, Caucasians. What are we talking about?
Let's just call them white people. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
According to them, they weren't around till 4,000 years ago as a people.
Yeah. According to their science, but like not necessarily according to their mythologies. So they obviously, white people also have stories of where they came from that have nothing to do with the scientific perspective, and they align with our Asian and African stories. So I'm not going to say all white people always believe that, but the mainstream is
yeah. But what? Okay, so these what we're calling white people in inverted commas now. I'm sure we all understand were, I guess, black people with white skin, or not?
What you mean? Why? What, albinos?
Yeah. Or not?
I mean, it's debatable. I understand the concept. I don't know. I can't say yeah or no. I don't know. I understand the concept though. So I don't know. Maku's the man with that, man. This is Maku's fucking town. We're right in Maku Street right now.
Yeah, you hear, Marco?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm gassing a bit, but yeah, he does. He's got knowledge on this shit. I mean, for me, I don't know. Council of Night is. Can you jump on? It's a fucking brain box, bro. It'd be great for you to chat with us.
It's like the way I understand it, according to anthropology, which I'm
Right.
calling their science, yeah,
Right.
which I don't know because I don't believe a lot of the shit that comes out of this mainstream bullshit. Anything that's getting fed to us, I'm skeptical about. But according to
evolution, yeah.
evolution, what as in going from like fish to lizard to this to that and that, yeah, that's all bollocks. That is bollocks on its own way before I come across any of this. I'm not necessarily saying this is bollocks, but what I'm saying, the way I understand it, they're saying, yeah, that 200 or so thousand years ago was the first what they're calling the out of Africa movement. And over the next 150,000 years, there were multiple. And during which time, all of this time from 200,000 years ago till now, all corners of the earth were touched and were populated and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And now, according to what they say, roughly 4,000 years ago, the numbers of, I guess what we're calling albinos of the time, were large enough in the Central Asian steppes to form some kind of force to be reckoned with. And they began to migrate south. Maybe roughly 3,500 to 4,000 years ago, began to migrate south. Come down south, split east and split west. Roughly 3,500 years ago. This is the way I understand it. All along the way, they're raiding, but one of the things they're doing, according to their own science, is breeding. Apparently, this stuff supposedly is in different. What's the word I'm looking for? Is documented in different like histories of different nations. So, for example, when these people were defeating them, one of the things they were demanding was marriage, so that they can breed for survival. I only know any of this just from hearing about this anthropology stuff. I ain't gone into it deep, but this is what I've heard. So if anyone does have knowledge on this, please speak up, because that's what it sounds like to me. And now we hear people talking about we this and we that and blah, 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 and ancient times. No, bro. No. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. Also, their narrative about this albino thing kind of makes sense, because it would explain the fucking destructive influence on the world everywhere they went from that day to this, including the destructive influence they have on their own nations now. Destroy everyone's mind. Now they turn on their own people. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, like, I do.
People are now equivalent of niggers now, literally, because everyone is now. Nobody's worth anything. And does anyone disagree? Because I'd like someone to disagree if they disagree. It's something I noticed a long time ago, is this a degradation of any worth. And I think this is probably one of the things that the white people of this, not all white people, but the ones who might be disenfranchised, and they might not necessarily speak about it in the most intelligent way. But the reason why they're disenfranchised, it's not because people are taking their jobs or this and that. It's because, whether they realize it or not, they've been degraded. And that's why they're disenfranchised. They've been degraded by those who they were part of a system that they benefited from. And the system, in the way it's working, has just degraded them. And that's why they're disenfranchised, and they don't know how to say it, so they end up talking shit like, oh yeah, it's foreigners, or it's Muslims, or blah, 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 blah. But it's not. It's destruction. It's the same shit. So I don't know, fam. I don't know. Like, anything to do with ancient anything is something they just acquired or appropriated at a much later date than anything.
Go spend some of your birthday money. Go buy some headphones from the corner shop, man. To you. Spend some of your Christmas money, man.
Christmas money.
Yeah, man.
So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Nah, it made perfect sense, man. Yo,
go on.
Max, where you popped off to? Where you disappeared to? Yo, calling all panelists. Cool little panelists. Come, man. Come support the conversation. Maybe get.
I don't think too many people want to get on this.
Yeah, Council of Night says, what exactly are you saying? Bro, this is a conversation that I'd like you to join in. You saying it's comfy in the chat. We ain't even reading your shit. It's getting lost. Come and build with us on here, bro. On some, like, get me. If you could, if you would, please. I'd appreciate it.
Don't want to be associated with the tinfoil hat.
Nah, he's got the tinfoil hat.
Yeah, I'm joking.
He's the tinfoiliest of us all.
The tinfoiliest.
He's the tinfoiliest, bro. But you know what I mean? I'm trying to get him. He took a little break and trying to get him to just jump on and say Wagwan and
you can't have a name like Council of Nice Ears and don't come on and drop some bodies. Come on.
He's got bodies, man.
Nice ears. You gotta drop some bodies. Like,
you and him will have a great combo.
From weeks ago, like, what the fuck? Someone called themselves Council of Nice Ears.
Yo, you jumping on or what? Talk to me. Cone. We call him Cone, innit?
That's who that is. That's one true who that was.
Yeah, that's Cone. Yeah, that's Cone. Yeah. Jump on, bro, like, or reply back to me. Just like, I don't know what you're doing. Hope you're jumping on. And Mohib, what are you saying? Blabbermouth. Get me. I was looking over that video yesterday. You had a mean Christmas dinner set out for you, innit? Yeah. Them tatties were looking well roasted and that. Mad thing.
They have the OXO sprinkle on it like that.
Yeah, I think he had the mint sauce, all sorts. He's got with two.
No, about the OXO sprinkle. You ain't seen that advert on YouTube where they're showing you how to cook potatoes, but it's an OXO advert, innit? They're showing you how to cook proper the baddest roast potatoes. So they say, yeah, boil it for 5 minutes, fluff it up a little bit, dash it in the hot oil in the pan, like the pan's already been heated up with the oil, dash it in with the garlic. Oh, it's roasted garlic potatoes. That's what it was. Garlic roast potatoes. Dash it in the oil where the garlic's flavored the oil. Boom. So it's all going good. Next minute, you see them whip out OXO cube and just crumble it over the potatoes and bang it in the oven. No. No. No.
You're going to just be chewing fucking OXO.
Ugh.
With your teeth on that. But yeah, who knows? Them potatoes might taste bad though.
Yeah, maybe, but no. Anyone who's listening who did that, no. Just do all of it except the OXO bit.
Mad.
If you want it to have a little bit of chicken flavor, put the potatoes in the pan with the chicken when it's roasting.
Yeah.
Don't sprinkle OXO on it.
Mad thing.
No.
I'd never heard of that before anyway, but
I just saw it on YouTube. Is an OXO?
Mad thing. The name Lucifer, which means where did I get to? Philosophy says, okay. Oh shit. Alice and Foster Bailey were serious students and teachers of Theosophy, a spiritual tradition which views Lucifer as one of the solar angels those advanced beings who Theosophy says descended, thus the fall, from Venus to our planet eons ago to bring the principle of mind to what was then animal man. In the theosophical perspective, the descent of these solar angels was not a fall into sin or disgrace, but rather an act of great sacrifice, as is suggested in the name Lucifer, which means light bearer. And then this is one of their magazines from 1989, the Descent and Sacrifice of Lucifer, and it's from the magazine called what? The Beacon. Yeah, so you know what it is. When they tell you the beacon, the lighthouse, yeah, lightning, you know what they're on, man. Like, light bearer, you know what I mean? I'd even say trailblazer, but I like that term, so I'm keeping it. But yeah. Yeah, so, oh yeah, look. Oh my God. You see this?
Yep. Click on that one.
All right. I read this as well. I think it's long. The Great Invocation. I'm not gonna read it out loud. I don't think.
Oh, it's like that. Oh no, don't read that.
Yeah,
read that out, my friend. Not in my house. Take it off the screen, please.
Off the screen, please. Off the screen. Yeah.
I just turned my back on it. I don't know if I subconsciously read it or not, but we'll know tonight.
We'll know tonight. And these people are like the originators, or one of the originators of the term that I know a lot of people like, love and light. You know?
Yeah, I used to batter the love and light.
Bro, you used to batter that.
I've even posted it in the last 12 moons.
Is it?
Love and light, fam.
Love and light, love and light. Love of what? That's what I used to say. Love of what? And I knew what the light was. But everyone that's involved in that, that's Eastern mysticism. Ask them about the Galactic Federation. Ask them about Astar Command. Ask them about the Ascended Master.
Never ask them about none of that. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't. I'd just be like, bro, you got some dickhead thing. All this hiding in the shadows, some idiot business, bro. Where I come from, that's called cowardice.
But ain't man telling you, yeah, they might be cowards. Cool. They don't even cowards, bro. Ain't man telling you, is it? What was I gonna say? Love and light. Oh yeah. When there an explosion of everyone calling themselves what? What kind of worker was they?
What were they calling them?
Light workers.
Light workers, yeah.
Yeah, I light workers here on this channel too. On this site here, they're light workers too. All right, hear this.
So, do you think light workers are the same thing as way showers, or do you think they're opposing forces?
I ain't heard this way shower term, so I can't say.
Way showers. All right, you heard it. You heard of Indigo Children, right?
Yeah, Indigo Child. Yeah.
Okay, so do you think Indigo Children are part of this side, or do you think they're a part of the opposing side?
I'm part of the opposing side. I'm Indigo.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Are you an Indigo? Yes.
Yeah.
So the way showers are supposed to be the generations before us.
But I honestly think an Indigo.
Like that.
I think. Listen, hear what I was going to say. I think an Indigo person is just somebody that has the factory settings that allows them to generate that infrared, that indigo spectrum of light, because that's really essentially what it is in my eyes. It is, you can express that vibration on a whatever your physical, your spiritual vibration can reach to that level that is in that infrared spectrum of light, the unseen. So you've made it past them, the primary colors of the spectrum, and you've made it to indigo, which is the gateway to the unseen, right? If you look at light, infrared, the gateway, right? This is what I'm talking about.
Now we're getting somewhere good, because see, now we're talking about, if what me and you are talking about is true right now, indigo, and you are one, and I am one. Let's just say 100,000 messiahs appeared from the sky tomorrow, and they were these entities that had some powers or not. As indigos, are we not more powerful than them? Are we not the warriors? Are we not the warriors, though?
Yes, you know what?
To destroy, to tear down.
Yeah, I hear you, but no, like I said, because somebody has a factory settings, because your computer can pick up Russian.
Oh yeah, I get that. I said me and you.
Wait, it's deeper. It's deeper than just being an indigo and then just. Yeah, when it kicks off, all of a sudden it's Thundercats. Everyone looks up and their eyes turn. They're say, "Oh, Gary, it's not going to be that." The reason why it's not going to be that is how many of us have been in training? How many of us are in a physical, mental, spiritual, emotional stance to even activate what it is that takes you above the rest? Because remember, we got many warriors that might not be indigo, but they're powerful, right? Not to say indigo are the most powerful. They just have an extra spectrum. So they might be more powerful in certain dimensions, certain realms, or to certain...
Exactly. And in these type of contexts, in this type of battle.
you're gonna have to know you're one, bruv.
That's true. But then, so on that, exactly on that point you were talking about, let's say that you and I are not ready, and we go out there to face them on the field, expecting to turn Super Saiyan. Right, before you say that, we're expecting to turn Super Saiyan 7, yeah, and then we end up getting pulverized, fam. Do you not believe that right there on the edge of existence, you just activate? Do you just not feel that?
Bro, like, listen, that's your
life has
survival
been
drive.
like.
Hold on. That's your
Hasn't
survival
life prepared you for that?
Bro, hear me. That's your survival drive. I have that survival drive. We have to separate ego, yeah? And and for me, let me talk for me, because I don't want to tell you. But like, I got the survival drive where I believe in my mind's eye, yeah, at the very most crucial moment, if I need to survive, I will. And I've seen it happen in my life so much to the point that when it does get to those moments where I think it's life and death, I get a cold calmness that comes over me. So I'm not as flustered or frightened, maybe because there's an internal belief that I'm gonna make it through this at some point or in some way. However, I think ego could also make you feel like that, yeah? And it's a big risk. And you know what? Surviving is not the same as thriving. So you might survive a beating, but it might not be a form of existence that you'd want to exist in. I was
specifically talking about activating. So something outside of your control. You're on the edge of existence now. You're about to just go over the edge and then blah, Super Saiyan.
I mean, like I said, innit, like that's a gamble, innit? I don't know. Like I've always felt like that. I've always felt like that about many scenarios. I think it gives you an internal confidence. I know I can do it. We're walking up to the club. I'm not shook that I'm not getting in. I'm more trying to tell you lot to pattern up. Like, but you ain't, well, you got a ticket? No, I ain't got no ticket. So how you think you're going to get in? I don't know. But if I want to get on the other side of that threshold, I will. Somehow I will.
Yeah. Bro, don't worry about it, man. Come on, let's go.
9 out of 10 times it works. But there is a 1% time where it don't work. And I got to think, was I overconfident? Was it my ego telling me I could do it? Did I miss something? Or was that actually me stopping me from getting in? Is there something beyond that threshold that actually I don't want or don't need in my reality? And that's why it's not happening.
That's why you never got through.
That's why you never got through. You're looking at it like you flopped. No, you won. You won. You get me? You won. But in terms of activating in the last second, I'm thinking of it like that. Maybe 9 times out of 10, that's worked. But if the one crucial time it doesn't work because you're not prepared, like I can't take this thing lightly. I've seen,
of course not.
Lightly. There's very, very powerful beings, entities, and things out there, and I believe that you could be crushed to a pulp. Yeah,
definitely. But
I'd be waiting for that 1 second, and it might never happen. Not to instill fear, just for me to instill balance, because it's dangerous for me to never believe in that 1%.
But you mentioned many times that they need our belief in them. Right? So this is where I'm saying someone...
Wait. But that goes for some things. I don't know if that's a universal principle for everything. Some things I don't think they need your permission for.
Not permission. I said they need our belief in them.
But I think permission, belief, acknowledgement. You taught me this, bro. So notice is notice, bro. You get me?
Of course.
You know what I mean? So if you don't respond, if they let you know something, you don't respond, that's permission.
But you're responding. Look at this. You're responding. Look at what you're doing. You're taking time out of your life to educate people that don't deserve it. That's a response. While this is happening, you're building, fam. Whether you know it or not, your mind is building. Your body's changing. Everything's changing. You're getting ready. Whether you see that or not. Like, one thing I've realized is if you try and take this on as a task, there's too much for you to do. So to some degree, it's like you've got to push yourself in the right direction, definitely, because it's a responsibility. However you're looking at this thing, whether you're looking at...
Yesterday was a joke, yeah, because you said, you've...
retired.
Yeah, that's it. You said you
retired. A seasoned veteran. I'm retired. But I'm not retired. That miserable old special forces dude. You get me? Like 56 and that.
We say
Like,
you're gonna get the Expendables call soon, yeah.
like that miserable old special dude. He's like, he swears blind he ain't ending up on that field, but he ain't. There's no way he ain't gonna end up there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But I'm not involved in none of the bullshit. In the meantime, it's like,
Right.
I've been attacked many times. I ain't attacking no one. So now I'm just in building and defense mode. Do you see what I mean? No, I'm expecting any attacks now, but that's the mode I'm in.
No, I get it, man. I hear you definitely. Hear this though, yeah. We're still on the Lucis Trust. I think it's a fascinating site. And what do you think about? I know what you're gonna say. I'm not gonna answer you, but I got the telepathy with you. I know already. A mantra for the new age. The Great Invocation is a world prayer translated into 80 languages and dialects. It was given to Alice Bailey in April 1945 in a message for all people of goodwill. Who gave her this prayer? I'm telling you, you know, like
yeah, I know.
I don't even gonna read it, but yeah, remember it's got love and light, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. This is all inverted. Please know,
Remix.
it's all inside out, upside down. Yeah, the will of God is known. Blah blah blah. When they talk about God, they're not talking about God. When they talk about evil, they're not talking about evil. When they talk about love and light, it ain't what you think. Yeah, please, not what you've been taught to think with those words, right? Many religions believe in a world teacher, a coming one, knowing him under such names as. I love it when I'm on fire like this, you know. As whatever crow I'm smoking is really good for my thinking, you know. Like it allows the synapses to be like fluid and flexible, and the information that comes from the vault that comes flying forward. It's great. That's when I said it feels like automatic speaking sometimes. When I just like when just real shit just comes. You know what I mean?
You mentioned earlier that my trail is that
right,
the name?
You know, I'm gonna say to you, fam. Like
this is why these people are just fucking cornballs, fam. They got some dude walking around pretending to be a messiah right now.
Yeah, they got someone running around, man.
To take these people's plans seriously, but I can't take these people seriously, bro. They're just so pathetic.
Hold on. Hey, Maku gonna love this. He needs to come back here. He's probably on the phone. Snipes!
They got a dude walking around pretending to be a fucking messiah.
Snipes, man.
Oh, so
yeah, I got this headbanger. How do you know I've got headbanger? Did I just say out loud that I've got headbanger?
No, you're just talking about the crow.
Yo, Mary 420 Jen, how did you know I've got headbanger? Did I say it to you before?
She's fucking with Alice and them, look. That's how.
She's fucking with Alice.
Yeah, she's fucking with Alice. Alice's boys holler at her like, yeah, just got the headbanger, fam. We're watching his yard now.
I want to know why she fucking said headbanger, but yeah, maybe I said it to you before.
Someone said it. Maku said it.
We had that weed conversation the other day. Yeah. What do you think about like a weed channel?
Channel?
Yeah, like when I say weed channel, it's probably
a weed dispensary. Yeah, weed anything. I want to get into the weed business heavily.
Yeah. I'm waiting, man. Yeah, waiting, buying my time, man. Just waiting for
I want to try and get into it in another country. This country is too long. Yeah.
All right.
I've got no weed shares in that though.
What the fuck? Yo, Mary Jen, how did you know headbanger? Because now hearing these lot do that, they try not to respond. Like they don't type that. They're doing emojis.
That information was given to her. That's how she.
And the world, for her, and all of people. Right, anyway, the bit that I wanted to read for him, which I don't know why he's not fucking here. Knowing him under such names as the Lord Maitreya, the Imam Mahdi. Yeah, Maku will go nuts on this subject. Like this is his thing. Imam Mahdi. Yeah. The Kalki Avatar. I don't know who that is. You lot should be looking at these names if you just want something interesting to look at what Farkri they're keeping up with. Yeah. And bots hits. Bod his Sattva. Bodhisattva. Yeah. These terms are sometimes used in versions of the Great Invocation for people with specific faiths. Central truths. Its beauty and strength lies in its simplicity and its expression of certain central truths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pillars, yeah?
Yeah.
The truth of the existence of a basic intelligence to whom we vaguely give the name of God. What?
By basic, they don't mean basic, they mean base. They mean source, like base.
Nah, bro. Nah.
You think they mean basic as in stupid?
Bro. This is the Lucis Trust, bro. They're bigging up Lucifer right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
When they knew about the basic God, they mean the other guy that you lot believe in.
Who we vaguely give the name of God.
Vaguely give the name God. Nah, you lot. That's my
joke. Bro, to even read that, they just cut their own fucking balls off, bro. That is the stupidest thing ever. So they're saying like the intelligence we're all seeing evidence of all around us. They're saying that's Lucifer or God.
All I know
is Lucifer or God, according to them.
All I know is the ascended masters are getting called masters, mastership. None of I never no basic nowhere.
Yeah.
This is the first time I see them use the word God. And
this is why they might be using the word basic as in the sense of the basis.
But is that do you use it in that term though?
Well, I believe so, because it's the same word. Basis, not the same word, but if you were to talk about something being the basis of something, then you could also talk about that thing being basic.
Now, but when you say basic here in this arrangement, and they've been very particular with their words. When you say basic here, I do hear you. Can read it like that.
We in the modern day we use words wrong anyway. We grown up just using words wrong, even though we understand each other. We're talking shit. We just understand what each other means. You know what I mean? Like me and you understand each other, but we're actually speaking badly.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm gonna look it up.
The truth of a basic intelligence to whom we vaguely give the name of God. All right, cool. The truth that behind all outer seeming. So all outer seeming, no matter what it looks like outside.
Yeah.
No matter what it looks like to you, what shit may look like, the motivating power of the universe is love. Now, for me, this is why I had to ask you about the universe. I feel like those that cling to this universe ideal are buying into the hands of this thing that they're creating, this great deception that they're working at. You need a universe in the sense of this expanding. Like, what's the universe?
Nonsense. I found the definition of basic still. The first definition of basic is forming an essential foundation or starting point, or fundamental, in other words.
Hey, are these not Christian? Here, you see the next one is. And what is love? What love? When they say love, what love they might chat about? Yo, in the dictionary, is there any other descriptions for love than the basic of what we understand? Like, because I feel like every time they talk about love, it's like some switcheroo. What love they might chat about? Love of
I don't know what fucking love they're talking about. What part were you reading now? I didn't.
This bit, the second pillar.
Yeah, the truth behind all outer seeming. The truth that behind all outer seeming, the motivating power of the universe is love.
So, like I said, one of them, the second pillar is the truth that behind all things, no matter what it looks like from the outside perspective, what it looks like looking from your eyes, your perspective, no matter what it seems like, the truth is the motivating power of the universe is love. What does that mean? They will break it down what that means anyway. If you wanted to look into it, they got books on what it is.
I'm gonna have to read this poem, because they got an adapted version.
They say we're gonna have to read it, yeah?
I said I'm gonna have to read it. Still, there's an adapted version. I want to see what's changed and why, because it was changed in the year 2000.
Oh, so you want to see what the original one is? Which one is this one then? The adapted, the original?
That's probably the original, because the adapted one was mentioned below.
Right. All right. So, fuck it. I'm reading it. The Great Invocation. Yeah. Should I read this? Yeah, I'm reading it. from the point of light, this is like a scene of Evil Dead when they find the Necronomicon and it says, "Do not read."
Hold on.
And the girl's like,
I found a fucking Necronomicon years ago, bro. And I found it online.
Yeah, I was looking for it.
And there was a one particular page where it's like, warning, you don't even cast eyes on this page because it summons something. It's yeah. Fam. It's a long. Yeah, I did.
Hey, have you seen Evil Dead? Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I looked at
the
Necronomicon and I was on the internet. And I came across a Necronomicon and I looked it up, and was it the Egyptian Book of the Dead or something? I was like, oh shit, this is the actual book. The Book of the Dead, Egyptian Book of the Dead, is it something like that?
Nah, not, you know.
Necronomicon, I'm sure that's book of.
You know what? The Necronomicon is a book that was created by John D. 007.
That must be some human Necronomicon. Hold on, let me have a look. This one was just full of spells. Man. And it was written in an ancient language and rewritten in English.
From the point of light in the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth.
Yeah. So, I was gonna say, don't read that. Don't read that. Don't read that. Look at the words. You're actually saying that. I looked at the words. Done. Let's not read that.
so that's Lucifer there, yeah?
Yeah.
The point of light within the mind of God. I don't know why they believe in a point of light, but they've got this thing of 1,000 points of light, and they got a festival called 1,000 Points of Light. In fact, I don't know if you remember, one of the recent Olympic Open ceremonies was called the 1,000 Points of Light, where they had bare lights lighting up. Right, and it's supposed to be. It's got some reference to some of this type of mad shit anyway. Also, they're talking about light streaming into the minds of men. So if this is the Lucis Trust, yeah, and Lucifer and Lucis are synonymous by the root word Lucam, which is light. So they're letting you know these things are synonymous, yeah. So when they're telling you they want light to stream forth into the minds of men, yeah, and they want light to descend on earth.
They're not saying they want to, they're saying let. That is actually command. You know what I mean? Like, that's like God saying, let there be light. Yeah. You're saying, let light stream forth into the minds of men.
Let there be light.
Yeah. First day.
Hold on, fam.
First day.
Hold on. 1 second. I've heard that. I've heard it again for the first time now.
Yeah.
In terms of the creation story, let there be light. But when exactly in the biblical version, when exactly was Satan or Lucifer created? Was he created at the same time God created light?
It's got to be, bro. Because that's where you hear "let there be light." Other than that, you don't hear about him creating no serpent. Serpent just turns up.
But he does say, like, he does also create.
The animals and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I was gonna say the wandering stars. You know what I mean? The stars and the wandering stars. He don't mention planets. Now the wandering star is interesting because one of the wandering stars is what? Venus.
Okay. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
The planets are what they call wandering stars. They didn't have any planets. Now, when Lucifer was out trekking with the man them, walking at the Galilee and doing madnesses on earth, at one point he got paged by God, like, yo, boom, where you at, fam? Mama rode back and God was like, yeah, where you been? And he said, yeah, I've been wandering, going back and forth, wandering back and forth between earth. Wandering. He got thrown down like a bolt of lightning. He was being referred to as the morning star. He's wandering on earth. We got the morning star.
The sun.
Lucifer,
Godson.
or the sun, or
Godson.
Venus, or any one of these fucking stars, or whatever, heavenly body, celestial be. So it's like the metaphors are so layered, but all still pointing to
which one's which, but it all points back. Yeah.
all points down to some form of light or something coming down to the earth, and this is what these lot are barling for right now. They're barling for the light to come back. It must have sweet them. You get me?
Yeah, fam.
And then it says, all right, check this, family. Check this. Look at the first line. The first line in the first paragraph. The last line in the first paragraph. Let there whatever. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Now look at the last line in the second paragraph.
Last line in the first paragraph.
First and second. Look.
Yeah. So the first one is to let the light descend on earth. The second one is make Christ with a star return to earth. Just to let you know, we don't talk about Jesus, so we've got to put a star in there.
I need to see the star.
Oh, you read the star. You read the star.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh, my trailer. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They're just cornballs, fam. They are corny, fam.
Fucking hell.
Cornballs, fam. I found that book as well. There's a picture of the author who faked the book. It's obviously someone just faked it, innit? Well, they say someone faked it like it's a fake book, but to me, it's still a spell book.
Nah,
why would you fake something like that?
They're going to tell you that book don't exist because
no, they don't exist. But it was like he faked it. Like,
That's what I'm trying to say. They're going to. I know for a fact. Because this is another Mandela effect, yeah. Because I've seen the book before. Like I searched it up, I researched it, and I've seen the book and was like, yo, and I know that the book was costing a couple thousand.
Yeah.
When I went and looked for it again, the book's not there in that version. The one I saw. Now there's other ones. But now the mythos is being spread that, oh, well, this has been debunked. Yeah. And actually it really didn't exist, and it was just and then they're just trying to make John Dee seem like he's just a apocrypha and a alchemist that was playing around trying to turn lead into gold. Man, fuck off. He was
they said the same thing about
he was Merlin of his day, just like Abramovich is now.
But they said the same thing about Black's Law Dictionary. When man was bodying them with their own text, the people actually try to come out and say, oh yeah, Black's Law Dictionary was made as a joke.
Are they dumb?
Must be dumb. That's why I said these people are pathetic.
They're
so used to people yesing them to death, and their little idiot servants can't look them in their eye. They think they can just chat shit to anyone.
3 books in jail you couldn't get your hands on. 1 book, if you got your hands on, you was allowed to borrow and bring back to your cell. The other 2 you weren't. The 3 books were as followed. Monster Cody. Yeah, the gangster story of I forget his first name, Sankofa, the Crip, the whatever, the gangster gangbanger. That book, yeah, it was so loved in jail, there was a waiting list to see it. And if someone got their hands on it, they'd probably steal it. The other 2 books that you could not get your hands on, and if you could, you was not allowed to bring back to your cell or to your wing or to leave the library or to leave the site, the eyeline site of the librarian, were Black's Law Dictionary and the Archibald.
The Archibald, isn't that the one that's got something like a name, like something to do the devil's something or other?
Bro,
or is that
I don't know, but that is the law book. That is
it's a law book, but it's got a name like the devil's something or other. And if it's not that one, it's the next one called the Hansard. But I think it's that one that's got that name. It's like the devil's handbook or some bullshit like that.
Man. Let the purpose which the masters mad thing. Let the plan and seal the door. Let light and love. The truth that a great individuality, called by Christians the Christ, came to earth and embodied that love so that we could understand. The truth that both love and intelligence are effects of what is called the will of God. And finally, the self-evident truth that only through humility itself can the divine plan work out. So this God is not capable of carrying out his own plan. when needed. The World Invocation Day. Every year on the day of the June full moon, the Great Invocation is used by people of goodwill all over the world. It's a mass invocation. Let's check what day it is, and we look out for what happens on that day around the world. Fuckery. All right, June 5th, 2020. That's when it was last. Listen to a live broadcast of the meeting. I'm tempted, you know.
Yeah, go for it.
You reckon? Fuck it. Let's see, man.
Sweet Max. Oh, yeah, it might have been the hand start I was talking.
No. It was scheduled, but it never went down. Look, due to the coronavirus, and until oh my god, check this. All physical meetings for the new moon and full moon are cancelled and will be replaced by live audio broadcasts via Zoom.
Lame as fuck. These people are done, fam. COVID. They just literally cut their own balls off a second at a time. COVID, yeah. Fucking idiot. You lot believe in your own nonsense now to where you're not even doing your own thing no more.
Here we go.
Stupidity.
Here we go. Capricorn Festival Meditation Meeting Broadcast. Tuesday, the 29th of December, 2020. Yeah. So that's what you got coming in a couple days. Yeah. Then you got another on the 13th of January, Wednesday, the 13th of January, new moon in Capricorn, 2021. Oh, that's next year. Yeah. All right, yeah, it's next year. Obviously, it's January. Yeah, they're broadcast. Yeah, they're done. They're done out here. COVID done their dance. Well, Great Invocations and all that. Let me get off the invocation thing. They got something else for us as well. World Invocation Day, translations, audios, cards, posters. We got more. Where is it? So yeah, they're following full moon and that. Global network. Let's see what they got here. I think this is where you're going to see the Temple of Understanding and all the other things they're linked with. Network of servers. Interesting terminology, isn't it?
Why did you find that interesting? Do you know what the original name?
Huh?
Do you know what the original name for a software service or a software server was?
I don't think I want to know now. Go on.
DAEMON.
Yeah. I did know that as well.
Demon.
Demon there. That old school.
It's not Damon. Demon.
Yeah, it's demon. But like,
if you find someone who
had another way of saying daemon. That's a more classical way of saying demon.
Possibly, but computer people nowadays who use that word instead of server just say demon.
Yeah, but it is a demon. No. What I'm saying is, old school, that word was pronounced daemon. Like, I don't know if you was here when we were going through their old English or whatever, but it is exactly 100% a demon. It's a synonymous. I'm saying it's not or whatever. But guess what's interesting? Have you ever watched the Golden Compass?
Can't remember. Rings a bell.
With Nicole Kidman in it. Blah blah blah. Every child has.
Some weird movie that came out. Yeah,
no. You need to watch that thing. You know what?
Sacrifice. I'm not really involved.
Bro, watch that cartoon. Watch that film. It's bad. It's actually bad, and it's not child sacrifice. But yeah, what's it? What I call it? The Golden Compass. And you know what the compass? Yeah, you know what the compass is. So, but in that one there, every child has a companion, born with a companion in this universe, and the companion is called a daemon, demon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I meant by child sacrifice.
And it's an animal. It's an animal, like a different animal for everyone, which is very close to what I believe to be the truth in terms of some of us have what is termed as, quote unquote, it sounds cheesy, spirit animals. I know this to be a fact, though. Some of us are linked with certain animals in an inexplicable way, physically and spiritually. And these people know that. They know that. They know that. They've all got their... They know that, man. They got their coat of arms. They got their things and that. And they know what... And you get me? And so, it goes deep, man. But animal and man...
Do they know that do they know that one bite from one of us would kill them instantly? The power of creation. One bite from one of us, they'll die instantly, fam. It's that deep.
Listen, the worldwide network of servers is located throughout the world. They are servers whose activities are inspired by the teachings of the ageless wisdoms based on the books of Alice Bailey. There's so much double, triple talk, but they're all these are Luciferians, basically. And I know people expect devil worshippers for it to be some red page with fucking pentagrams and nah, man. This is the real shit. This is that real shit. Corporate, classy, glossy, non-assuming, sigil right in your fucking face.
Yeah.
Talking about Lucifer,
over the
coming down right in your face, and this page won't cause as much alarm as Satan.org or some Satan.com. They got some stupidness, goat's head and all that.
Yeah, nonsense. Some idiot dressed up like a clown talking about he started the church and blah, and there's 8 people in a room fucking around with dead chickens and all that bollocks.
Hey, this is common looking down his nose at Stars P. Yeah, sometimes I pick something else. Something even fluffier, like I don't know, man. Pick your favorite fluffy rapper, Talib Kweli, whatever. Like, get me, and then compare him with your grimiest, most fucking drilliest, fucking Chief Keef, horrible dude, gold tee, tattoos on his face, gun in every video. That's what we're looking at, the extremes. Are they both music? Are they both hip hop? Are they both rap? Yeah. Are they essentially even spreading the same messages in the lyrics if you listen? Yeah. Are they signed by the same companies? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But will you approach it and look at it and treat it differently? Yeah. And that's why they do it. I mean, some people won't want to fuck with this, but will want to fuck with the goat heads and the chicken heads and whatever. You know what I mean? Some people want to fuck with that.
Require much reading, does it? This requires reading and understanding shit. This requires some personal development. Most people ain't down for that shit. But if they see a goat and you say, yeah, you get to cut the goat's head off and we pour its blood into a bowl and then we rub the blood on each other and all have sex, then yeah, they're down for that.
So where do you want to go, bro? We got choices, innit? Where you want to go?
Out of what? What we looking at?
Yeah, what's on the screen?
Oh shit. Well, sorry, scroll up a bit. What am I seeing? What exactly is the page? Oh, worldwide network of servers. We've got to go Africa first. Gotta go Africa first.
Let's see what I've got in Africa.
African Goodwill Network. Fucking hell, that speaks for itself, don't it? A benevolent society called the African Goodwill Network.
Crazy.
Bro, run them out.
Here you go. So we got Africa General, we got Cameroon, we got Nigeria. I'm getting Nigeria.
That was it. Oh, there's couple. Fuck, you know. Goodwill.
Port Harcourt. This is literally my people's ends. So let's see this. Hey.
Of service, you know.
That's what they're giving us. Category, meditation group in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. And you know what this is? Country. When people are doing rituals, they contact some of these groups to fling a little concentration their way, a little focus their way for whatever they're doing. Some
this unit of service thing.
Yeah, this is what they do. Because I'm telling you.
Okay, no, I thought you meant if local people was trying to do what they're doing.
Say that again?
I thought you were saying if the locals were trying to do what they're doing, meditate.
Nah, someone's doing it, but this is where they're based, and this is an official front. But yeah, someone's doing stuff. Other people will be involved, but the main people and the joke is, see, people that would be involved in this meditation, they might not even know. Like, not everybody sending energy for this cause may know what it is. So it may fall on a festival or religious festivities that go on anyway in that area. And representatives of the Patakot unit of service will be there and assist in diverting the energy towards
intended destination.
Welcome, Dukes. Big up the chest.
Yeah, you requested my presence.
All right.
These are the daily notes of racism.
Right, first of all, racist. Right, yeah. We got Dukes. Yeah, so this is my friend S. This is Dukes. Yeah, so I just basically wanted to help facilitate a little convo with S. But first of all, what do you think about this other stuff we've been talking about? This Lucis trust and that. What's your opinions on it?
It's fascinating, but it's not much different to what I already know anyway. But yeah, there's some of it anyway because I was busy doing something. I told you I had to do something. So
So do you have a belief in this kind of stuff though? Like belief, yeah. I mean, like for instance, Lucifer. What's your take? What's going on with all this Lucifer talk?
Oh, it's going to take a while to explain. Okay. There's some Christians that believe that Lucifer is the light bearer and have been given a raw deal. You've already read that.
There's some Christians that believe that.
Yeah, and those Christians are the ones that are Masons. That they still believe in Christianity. They just have a different take on it.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the point to make.
They're not
for me, after from what I've read and everything else, and always go back to the Sumerians because they're the oldest text.
Right.
For me, it's basically, I don't believe that there was such a thing. There is something as higher power, okay? And for me, that's more nature. It's the natural world and everything is connected. And in amongst that is energy, and you can have good energy and bad energy depending on your actions, your words, how you affect it. And that's where you get karma, the law of attraction, etc., and all those natural laws. So for me, that's the real thing. Okay. At some point in our history, I've explained this before. At some point in our history, according to these texts, the natural order was interfered with. Okay, but by creating a different being, and along with that came these fake doctrines and rituals that you had to do. That was honoring actually two beings. They weren't gods. Now, depending on whereabouts in the equator you're born, and depending on where your morals lie or what your personal beliefs are, is whether you look at one as evil and one as not. Or you could have the same outlook that I've got, that they are both. There's a balance within each individual being. And some people have more evil in them than good, and some have more good in them than evil, but they must all have a composition of both. And that the only way for the proper natural world to exist is in pure balance. Yeah. So that's kind of sums it up for you, yeah. So the same words, just like you will get in any of the religions, you will get people that will read the books and see all the love and the light and the good teachings. You will get other people that will draw out the harsher teachings. Like, for example, I can give you a clear reference from the Bible. Most people will see the mindfulness and the law of love, like in Corinthians, and everything else, explaining all the good stuff in it. But there will always be people like Ralph who want to go down and reinterpret certain texts, like the one to do with nations not mixing and stuff, because it will lead to chaos, basically. Those texts, not really understanding them in full context. So you'll always have the other people that are at the extreme who are more evil that go and do that, and they claim they're using the Bible for good, but they're not. They're doing it for evil. So there you go.
Yo, like, this is crazy. Like, I just stumbled across this. This is fucking insane. An esoteric reflection on the pandemic. Bro, like, basically what they're saying is we've created this pandemic by using the wrong energy.
Yes, and we're also manifesting it by believing in it. Unfortunately, when you talk to lay people, they're going to think you're crazy.
Yeah.
But notice how it's stronger the more people believe in it.
Does it get stronger? Has it got stronger? Has it appeared anywhere?
No, I believe it's getting stronger, and people are starting to fall ill with it now. You know,
how come no one isolated it? If it's around and it's getting stronger, why has no one isolated it at all anywhere?
Because they made people believe it was worldwide, and people have believed that it's worldwide.
No, what I mean is, how come nobody's isolated a sample of SARS coronavirus 2 by itself in a laboratory so they can say, look, here it is, we've isolated it, this is COVID? No one's done that anywhere.
Well, they must have done, otherwise they wouldn't be able to call it COVID. They must have something specific that they're creating a
right,
injection.
exactly. So I'm telling you as a fact, which has been confirmed in writing by Public Health England, is that nobody, and people started shouting this in March, and this confirmation was given in July. Nobody, no Public Health England has any information about the virus being isolated. And as the person who made the request was being very specific as saying, I mean isolated in the term of separating one thing from anything else. I don't mean it in the term of culturing or developing or mixing with anything. I mean isolating. And they wrote back in writing, they have no information on the subject. None.
Okay, so have you ever heard of phantom pregnancies?
That's not the same thing.
It is. I'm going to explain why. I'm going to explain why. Okay, it's not. All right.
We're talking about isolating something.
Okay, it's not. That's okay. I don't deal with this style of talking. Okay.
Wow. Let's leave it there then.
Yeah, you did take a win.
It's not a win. That's a loss.
Well, of course.
Yeah,
you
down
the conversation by constantly saying no, it's not. And when I go on to say, you don't want to discuss, you just want to say no, it's not. So there's no point. I can't engage with somebody that doesn't want to engage.
I spotted that straight away. You lack the ability to engage with somebody who's going to speak their mind.
No, I don't mind you saying no after I've given you my reasons and you say no, I believe differently. I don't mind that at all. But if I tell you something and straight away you go no, and then I go yeah, and you go no, then what's the point? Close mind. It's okay.
You're talking about a phantom pregnancy. What's that got to do with isolation of a virus? How could that be?
Very good. So, phantom pregnancy, okay, is all due to the mind. The woman's never pregnant, okay, but she has all the symptoms. She has all the symptoms. Her body may even grow. She will go to the doctors, and before the technology of the ultrasounds, they were treated as if they were actually pregnant, and it's because of psychosis. Okay, that's the power of the mind. So if the mind is.
What happens if they're pregnant? You said they go for the ultrasound, and what?
When they go to the ultrasound, obviously they find out that there's no baby in there.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Right. But before those times.
All the physiological effects were there.
Before those times, people were treated as if they were expecting. Okay. And it's all down to psychosis, the mind over matter. They do the same thing with what's the tablets that they give out?
Placebo.
Yeah. They do the same things with that to see how much mind over matter works and stuff like that. So you can, the power of your mind, if you're told there's this great illness out there, right? Yep. And we're going through a phase at the moment where we've got flu, season.
Yep.
You can be catching an ordinary flu, but the power of your mind is going to turn it into COVID and COVID symptoms.
Yep.
And therefore, you're manifesting COVID into society.
Well, you're manifesting what you believe COVID to be in your mind from what they've tricked you into believing, basically.
Yes.
Right. But that doesn't mean that somebody has isolated the virus when they haven't. Now, I get what you're saying about.
You might be valid from that point. I don't know. You might be
and definitely make themselves ill by believing in this bullshit. Absolutely, I agree with that 100%. But and you said people are making it manifest just by talking about it, right? So when you said that, I wanted to bring into the conversation that officially our government says it doesn't exist.
When did they officially say that?
I believe it was the 22nd of July. I'll pull up the thing right now.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, go get it.
Wow. Oh no, that can't be it. That's not me sending that.
Yeah, what's going on? What happened?
No, and I'm trying to find a thing that I sent the other day.
Bro, this thing is, like, no. This thing that I'm reading here is fucking insane. And it's so long-winded that I feel like you lot ain't gonna want me to read it. But I feel like I'm gonna read it anyway, because I want to read it. But I want you lot to read it with me, just in case there's like some curse or spell. We can all go down together. Right, boom. But you got something you got something you're pulling up right now, right?
Share my screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me share your screen. I'll come back to this because I really want to read this. Yeah, your screen up, mate.
Hold on, one sec. What's it called? That one. Share. Zoom it in a bit. 20th of August. It was not 22nd of July. Is it sharing? You see it?
Yeah, small on my phone though. So can you read it? Go ahead, read it.
All right, hold on. Okay. So someone's writing to Public Health England. They're writing to someone called Andrew Johnson. They've done it by email. It was the people from whatdotheyknow.com. And they said, thank you for your, oh no, this is the reply, sorry, to Andrew Johnson, who contacted them on the 24th. Thank you for your email dated the 24th of July, 2020. In accordance with Section 1, Subsection 1A of the Freedom of Information Act, I can confirm that Public Health England does not hold the information you have specified. Your request, now it goes on to what his request was. All records in the possession, custody, or control of Public Health England describing the isolation of a SARS-CoV-2 virus directly from a sample taken from a diseased patient where the patient sample was not first combined with any other source of genetic material, i.e. monkey kidney cells, aka Vero cells, liver cancer cells. Please note that I'm using isolation in the everyday sense of the word, the act of separating a thing from everything else. I am not requesting records where isolation of SARS-CoV-2 refers instead to the culturing of something or the performance of an application test, i.e. the PCR test, or the sequencing of something. So he wants a real isolation, not you made something. Please also note that my request is not limited to records that were authored by the Public Health England or that pertain to work done by the Public Health England. My request includes any sort of record, for example, but not limited to, any published peer-reviewed study that the PHE has downloaded or printed. Please provide enough information about each record so that I may identify and access each record with certainty, i.e. title, authors, date, journal, where the public may access it, etc. Response. Public Health England can confirm it does not hold information in the way suggested by your request. Nothing. Not a peer review. Nothing. Nothing at all. So anything they got where they're talking about isolation of SARS-CoV, they're talking about they've made something in a laboratory.
And this is what it looks like. Yeah.
Either by culturing, synthesis, or they're just talking about performing an amplification test until they get a reading that says positive. But we know a PCR test doesn't test for COVID, it tests for exosomes.
Test for what? It tests for what?
Presence of exosomes.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And anyone who has any cellular toxicity will have exosomes in their body. So if you perform this amplification test and you keep performing it, eventually you'll get a positive.
Oh, wow.
But if you did 30 rounds of amplification on one person, you might not see it. But if you did 70 rounds, you might see it positive. Or if you did 100, you might see positive.
Right.
And this is on Public Health England, headed paper, 20-odd of August, blah, blah, blah. They don't hold a stitch of anything. No information at all, no peer-reviewed, published report, no publications from no scientist anywhere who's done anything. They don't hold nothing. They ain't downloaded one document, and they don't hold any on the subject of isolating the virus. And man challenged him on this from April, because man's looking at it like, this thing don't exist. So the only way to prove it is look for proof of the isolation. And from way back then in April, they were already talking about Chinese scientists isolated it. And man was saying, that's bullshit, bro. Read the actual publication. They didn't isolate shit. It contaminated something with something else and called it COVID. That's what they did. Literally, if you read what they said they did, they'll tell you they just contaminated some shit and called it COVID.
Yeah, well, that would be the easiest thing to do. The test that you take,
it don't test for COVID.
You've got COVID is going to be something that's going to react with a common cold and then give you the answer as COVID. Yeah,
you don't even have to have a common cold. You just have to have some level of cellular toxicity. So if you drank coffee or tea, or you smoke, or you don't eat naturally the way that God intended or whatever, if you eat any kind of processed food like we all eat, you've got cellular toxicity. Everyone has. In these places where we live, we've all got cellular toxicity. So that means you could get a positive test out of everyone, if you did enough rounds of amplification. And there's no standardized. There is no standard. Like, they might give you 30 rounds to give me 100. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, that would explain why certain people are getting told that they're positive when they're not even ill, and that they were doing
Have you heard about
the guava?
Nah. Whoa, that sounds like one. But I was there. Have you heard about people not even swabbing and
getting positive results? Yeah, I was going to say that next. Someone told me this the other day, that their mum's friend got given a test, never swabbed, never sent it off, and received positive results.
Didn't even send it off.
Yep. Didn't swab, didn't send it off, got positive results.
That's a fuck up.
The president of Tanzania sent off samples there. They swabbed pawpaw and goat and them things. They come back positive.
Wow.
You didn't hear about that?
Nah. What did you do? Oh yeah, no. There was them man there was going against it, innit? Yeah.
Movement. So it started a little.
Do all their different cures.
Madagascar.